In a world increasingly dominated by stark minimalism and cold industrial aesthetics, the timeless allure of romantic English-style home decor offers a gentle rebellion against harsh modernism. This enchanting design approach celebrates the beauty of softness, embracing vintage pastels, delicate florals, and weathered textures that create spaces feeling like pages torn from a beloved storybook. The English cottage aesthetic represents more than mere decoration. It embodies a lifestyle philosophy that values comfort, beauty, and the gentle passage of time, creating homes that nurture the soul while delighting the senses. The romantic English style draws its inspiration from centuries of countryside living, where practicality married beauty in harmonious union.
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
Soft, romantic home decor, vintage pastels and cottage florals for an English-style home. This design philosophy celebrates imperfection and embraces the gentle where that comes with truly living in a space. Unlike trends that demand constant updating, English cottage decor grows more beautiful with age, developing character through daily use and seasonal changes. The style's emphasis on natural materials, handcrafted elements, and personal collections creates environments that feel authentically lived in rather than showroom perfect. What makes romantic English decor particularly appealing in today's fast-paced world is its ability to create sanctuary within our homes. Through careful attention to color, texture, and lighting, this aesthetic transforms ordinary rooms into retreats that promote relaxation and well-being. The style's emphasis on layering, whether through textiles, colors, or accessories, creates depth and visual interest while maintaining an overall sense of harmony and peace. As we explore these 5 essential elements of Romantic English-style decorating, you'll discover how to infuse your own home with this enduring charm that celebrates both beauty and comfort in equal measure. One. Embrace vintage pastel color palettes for a dreamy English cottage look. Bring warmth with soft, muted pastels. Soft pastel colors form the foundation of romantic English cottage decor, creating spaces that feel both sophisticated and serenely welcoming. These carefully chosen hues, including blush pink, dusty lavender, muted sage green, buttercream yellow, and powder blue, work together to establish a harmonious color story that flows naturally throughout your home. Unlike bold, saturated colors that can feel overwhelming, these gentle tones create a sense of calm that makes rooms feel larger and more inviting. The key to successfully implementing pastels lies in choosing colors with gray undertones rather than bright, candy-like shades, ensuring your palette maintains the sophisticated elegance essential to authentic English cottage style. Mix and match pastels for a layered effect. Mixing and layering pastels is a lovely way to add depth and charm to your space, especially when you're aiming for a soft, romantic English cottage look. The key is to choose shades that blend well together. Cool-tone pastels like soft blues and lavenders work beautifully as a group, while warm pastels like blush, cream, and peach create a cozy, inviting feel. A helpful tip is to follow the 60-30-10 rule. Use one pastel as your main color, a second one to support it, and a third, slightly bolder tone as a small accent. This keeps your color scheme balanced and intentional, while still feeling light, airy, and effortlessly layered. Don't be afraid to play with texture too. Mixing matte finishes with soft fabrics or glossy surfaces adds even more visual interest to your pastel palette. Top brands for pastel paints and textiles. To achieve an authentic English cottage feel with soft pastel tones, it's important to choose high-quality paints and fabrics that reflect the charm and warmth of the style. Brands like Faro and Ball and Little Green are known for their heritage-inspired palettes, offering soft, muted colors that add depth and character to your space. Benjamin Moore also provides a range of gentle shades that work beautifully for a cozy and inviting look. For textiles, Laura Ashley remains a go-to for romantic floral patterns in perfect pastel colorways, while Sanderson brings a more updated touch to classic designs. You can also explore Cath Kidston for cheerful, vintage-inspired accessories, and The White Company for elegant neutral tones that complete the soft, layered look of a true English cottage interior. Two. Cottage floral patterns. Add romance with timeless fabrics and wallpaper. Celebrate English. Two. Cottage floral patterns. Add romance with timeless fabrics and wallpaper. Celebrate English garden style with florals. The quintessential English garden provides endless inspiration for incorporating floral patterns that bring natural beauty indoors while maintaining sophisticated elegance. Traditional cottage garden flowers, roses, peonies, lavender, and sweet peas, translate beautifully into fabric and wallpaper designs that capture the romance of countryside living. When selecting floral patterns, consider the scale in relation to your room size. Smaller, ditzy florals work beautifully in intimate spaces like powder rooms or reading nooks, while larger blooms can anchor spacious living areas with dramatic impact. The most successful floral applications involve mixing different scales within the same space, perhaps combining large rose-patterned curtains with smaller floral cushions and tiny sprigged wallpaper for a layered, collected-over-time aesthetic. Choose wallpaper and fabrics that tell a story. Creating authentic English cottage charm requires selecting patterns that possess historical depth and emotional resonance rather than simply following current trends. William Morris designs, with their intricate botanical motifs and rich heritage, provide timeless pattern foundations that anchor any romantic decorating scheme. Colfax and Fowler offers refined floral chintz patterns that epitomize English country house style, while Sanderson provides both traditional and contemporary interpretations of classic garden themes. When layering floral patterns, ensure they share similar color undertones while varying in scale and density. This creates visual interest without overwhelming the space. Consider the room's natural light when selecting patterns, as florals appear more vibrant in sunny spaces and more subdued in areas with limited natural illumination. Where to shop for romantic floral decor? Building an authentic English cottage aesthetic requires sourcing from suppliers who understand the nuanced beauty of traditional floral design. Liberty London offers iconic floral prints that translate beautifully from fashion to home decor, while G.P. & J. Baker provides heritage patterns with centuries of history. For more accessible options, John Lewis carries excellent own-brand florals alongside designer collaborations, and Next Home offers surprisingly sophisticated interpretations of classic cottage patterns. Online marketplaces like Etsy provide access to vintage fabrics and discontinued designer patterns that add authentic character to your decorating scheme. When shopping for floral elements, prioritize natural fibers like cotton, linen, and silk that age gracefully and develop the gentle patina essential to romantic English style. Three. Antique-inspired furniture, soft shapes and worn wood finishes for charm. Choose gently aged pieces for character. Romantic English furniture celebrates the beauty of gentle wear and imperfection, choosing pieces that tell stories through their weathered finishes and time-softened edges. Authentic cottage furniture features curved lines, cabriole legs, and soft silhouettes that contrast beautifully with the angular geometry of contemporary design. Look for pieces with original paint showing gentle wear at edges and high-touch areas, or consider creating this effect through careful distressing techniques using chalk paint and fine sandpaper. The goal is achieving furniture that appears naturally aged rather than artificially distressed, pieces that suggest decades of loving use rather than manufactured wear. French Bergère chairs, English Windsor settles, and painted Welsh dressers exemplify the romantic sensibility that defines authentic cottage furniture. Layer with texture and vintage accessories. Creating the collected over generations feel essential to English cottage style requires thoughtful layering of textures and carefully chosen vintage accessories. Combine smooth painted surfaces with natural materials like rush seating, cane work, and raw linen upholstery to create tactile interest that invites touching and use. Vintage accessories, brass candlesticks, transferware pottery, and embroidered linens add authentic character while serving functional purposes. Consider the interplay between formal and informal elements. A refined mahogany side table might support a simple pottery vase filled with garden flowers, while a rustic pine bench could display a collection of leather-bound books and silver picture frames. This mixing of high and low elements creates the unpretentious elegance that defines authentic English cottage living. Trusted stores for vintage-style furniture. Sourcing authentic cottage furniture requires exploring both traditional antique dealers and contemporary manufacturers who understand the subtle details that define this style. OKA offers beautifully crafted furniture inspired by English country houses, while the White Company provides contemporary pieces with vintage sensibility in their signature soft palette. Neptune specializes in handcrafted furniture with authentic cottage proportions and finishes, and Loaf offers whimsical interpretations of classic forms with contemporary comfort. For genuine antiques, explore established dealers through Lapata, London and Provincial Antique Dealers Association, or visit regional antique centers where you can discover unique pieces with authentic patina. Online platforms like Vinterior and Cherish provide access to curated vintage furniture that ships internationally, allowing you to build your cottage collection regardless of location. 4. Romantic lighting, soft glow with chandeliers, candles, and table lamps. Create a soft glow with thoughtful lighting. Romantic English cottage lighting prioritizes ambience over bright illumination, creating pools of warm light that enhance the intimate character of your spaces. Layer different light sources at various heights throughout each room. Overhead chandeliers or pendant lights provide general illumination, table and floor lamps create task lighting for reading or handwork, and candles add the flickering warmth that transforms ordinary evenings into special occasions. Choose fixtures with traditional materials like aged brass, painted metal, or ceramic bases that complement your cottage aesthetic. The key is avoiding harsh, white light in favor of warm, golden tones that enhance the soft pastels and aged finishes throughout your home. Consider installing dimmer switches to adjust lighting levels throughout the day, creating different moods for various activities and times. Decorate with candles and soft shades. Candlelight represents the ultimate romantic lighting, casting dancing shadows that animate your cottage interiors with living light. Group candles in clusters of varying heights using vintage candlesticks, glass hurricane lamps, and pewter or silver holders that reflect the flame's glow. Pillar candles in soft pastels or cream provide substantial light while maintaining color harmony, while tapered candles in brass or silver holders add elegant height to dining tables and mantelpieces. Lampshades in natural materials, linen, cotton, or paper, diffuse electric light beautifully, creating the soft glow essential to cottage ambience. Consider shades in gentle pastels or cream with subtle floral patterns or pleated details that add textural interest. The goal is creating lighting that feels warm and welcoming rather than bright and clinical. Lighting sources to complete your look. Building an authentic cottage lighting scheme requires sourcing from suppliers who understand the subtle details that distinguish genuine cottage style from mass-market interpretations. Davy Lighting offers heritage-inspired fixtures with authentic maritime and industrial influences perfect for cottage settings. Jim Lawrence specializes in handcrafted lighting with traditional techniques and materials, while Heathfield & Co. provides sophisticated country house lighting with contemporary comfort. For vintage finds, explore Salva Web for architectural salvage and period lighting, or visit local antique markets where unique pieces await discovery. Anthropologie offers whimsical contemporary interpretations of cottage lighting themes, while Graham & Green provides accessible luxury with cottage sensibility. When selecting lighting, prioritize fixtures that use traditional materials and proportions, ensuring they integrate seamlessly with your overall cottage aesthetic. Five. Cozy layers and personal touches, throws, cushions, and vintage finds. Layer textiles for softness and warmth. The art of textile layering transforms cottage interiors from merely decorated spaces into truly lived-in homes that embrace comfort and beauty equally. Begin with foundational textiles, curtains, upholstery, and area rugs, in neutral or muted tones that establish your color palette. Add personality through decorative cushions in complementary florals, stripes, or checks, mixing patterns with confidence while maintaining color harmony. Throws in natural materials like wool, cotton, or linen provide both practical warmth and visual softness, casually draped over seating or folded at bed ends. The key to successful layering lies in varying textures while maintaining tonal harmony. Combine smooth cottons with nubby linens, crisp stripes with soft florals, and solid colors with gentle patterns. This creates visual and tactile interest that invites use while maintaining the sophisticated cottage aesthetic. Use vintage finds for storytelling style. Personal collections and vintage treasures provide the soul of authentic cottage decorating, transforming generic spaces into homes that reflect individual history and interests. Display meaningful objects, family photographs in vintage frames, inherited china on open shelving, or collections of old books, in casual arrangements that suggest daily use rather than museum display. Vintage finds add instant character. Old transferware serving pieces become decorative elements when not in use. Antique quilts provide beautiful wall hanging when not needed for warmth, and collections of vintage bottles or pottery create interesting vignettes on windowsills or mantelpieces. The goal is achieving rooms that feel collected over time rather than purchased all at once, creating the layered, personal quality that defines authentic English cottage living. Shops and markets for unique accents. Discovering unique vintage accents requires exploring diverse sources that offer one-of-a-kind pieces with genuine character and history. Local antique markets and vintage fairs provide opportunities to discover unique treasures while supporting small dealers who specialize in cottage-style accessories. The Decorative Antiques and Textiles Fair and regional antique centers offer curated selections from knowledgeable dealers. Online platforms like Ruby Lane and Collectors Weekly provide access to specialized vintage dealers worldwide, while Etsy offers both genuine vintage pieces and handcrafted items inspired by cottage aesthetics. Kempton Park Antiques Market and Lewis Antique Center represent excellent hunting grounds for authentic English cottage accessories. When shopping for vintage accents, prioritize pieces that show gentle wear rather than damage, and choose items that complement your existing color palette while adding personality and character to your cottage-style home. Conclusion. Creating a romantic English-style home represents far more than simply following decorating trends. It embodies a conscious choice to prioritize beauty, comfort, and emotional well-being in our daily living spaces. Through the thoughtful integration of vintage pastels, cottage florals, aged furniture, soft lighting, and personal collections, you transform your home into a sanctuary that nurtures both body and spirit. This timeless aesthetic proves that true luxury lies not in expensive materials or designer labels, but in creating environments that feel genuinely welcoming and authentically personal. As you embark on your journey toward creating a romantic English-style home, remember that authenticity matters more than perfection. Start with elements that genuinely speak to your heart, perhaps a vintage floral fabric that reminds you of your grandmother's garden, or a piece of furniture that captures your imagination at a local antique shop. Allow your cottage aesthetic to develop organically, adding layers of beauty and comfort as you discover pieces that enhance your daily life. In doing so, you create not just a beautifully decorated house, but a true home that reflects your values, nurtures your relationships, and provides a gentle refuge from the demands of modern life. This is the enduring magic of romantic English cottage style. It transforms houses into havens and decorating into an act of love.